Planyard makes collecting the construction project subcontractor and vendor bids easy. It collects the bids in a straightforward comparison view, where we can see the market price against our budget and identify budget risks before we raise the commitments. In addition to the project manager, we can assign our site engineers or purchasing managers to run the bid request. To do that, we go to the project settings, click Share Project, select the corresponding team member, and select the right to raise bid requests. To raise a bid request or a request for quotation, we go to RFQs. Here, we see all the project RFQs in one place, accessible to the whole team. This includes all the project bid requests, the number of bids, and the variance. To create a new RFQ, we click Create RFQ, where the email-like interface opens. Here, we add the request for a quotation name, which is just a subject in the email. Then, there is the RFQ description, where we add the description, and we can also include the link to our file sharing platforms, such as SharePoint, Dropbox, Google Drive, etc. We may simultaneously attach images to the bid request by clicking Upload. We select the bid submission deadline by which we expect the bidders to submit the bid. Planyard automatically sends the bidders a reminder 3 days in advance. Here, we select the bidders. We may copy a whole list of emails from a spreadsheet and paste them all at once, or if we have set up the subcontractors and vendors database, we may select the corresponding category bidders in a couple of clicks. If we manage the subcontractor and vendor performance on Planyard, we can see who the best performing subcontractors are in the category and be sure they are included in all of our bid requests. Then, finally, we click Select in Bulk to select items for our bid request straight from the project budget. Let's go to the Walls and Partitions section and select the items. This is where we see our current budget. No bid requests have been raised for these items, as the targets are zeros. Then, we click the Update selection, which is our bill of quantities or list of items. We see the estimated units and quantities and the target price. You can also leave the blank amounts if you want the subcontractors to calculate them. To create and customize the bid template more flexibly, we can create an additional breakdown for a specific line item, leave it blank, or add comments to these items. The project manager decides in which format he wants to receive the bid proposals. The target column here is only visible in the bid comparison view. The subbies and vendors will not see these numbers. If ready, we can save it and send it later, or we can hit Send Bid Request and send it to all the subcontractors simultaneously. Now, we have registered the new bid request, which is on the bid request list. The subcontractors and vendors receive a simple bid request email. The sender is the project manager, and the sender's email is the project manager's email. We entered this subject when we created the bid request. This is the description. This is our logo here. The subcontractor or vendor must click the bid sheet link to access the bid sheet and documents, where we see a spreadsheet attached to it. The bidders don't need to log in or create an account to submit the bid. Here, we enter the unit price. If the quantity needs to be corrected, we may revise it. Once we have filled in this bid sheet, we can add comments. To submit the bid, we again open the invitation letter and click Upload your bid sheet here. And the bid is submitted. So, it's a simple, straightforward process. The next time the project manager logs on to Planyard, we see that one bid has been submitted. Let's say we received another bid proposal via email, which we can manually upload here by clicking Add a Bid. We select the bidder company. We have now selected the bid sheet from our computer and manually added it here. That means I now have 2 bid proposals on the same view that I can compare. Under the Bidders tab, I see who's invited. I can see which of my bidders has downloaded my bidding documents and who has not, so it's easy to call up those not working on my bid request. I can leave my comments here, so this is like a simple CRM for this one bid request, where we can manage all the bidders' relations and the bidding comparison view. So, again, if our subbies fill in the simple spreadsheet and submit it, we will receive it in an automatically comparable format. It would still have added a bid if they had just submitted the PDF file they exported from their estimating system. But you would manually need to fill in all these cells to compare the bids line by line. But if our subcontractors follow our processes, which are quite straightforward, We make our own lives easy and receive all the bids in a ready-to-compare format. Marked in red, we can see that there's an estimating error. The quantity has been revised. It was initially 2,000 units, but now it's 2,100 units. Also, in red, we see items that exceed our target. If we agree to the subbie's additional discount for an item, we can click the item, revise the price, add a comment, and then see marked with yellow that this item's cost has been revised. We may run another round. We can ask the subcontractors to revise the bid, download the bid comparison view, or if we have collected all the bids, have an approval process and have our managers review and approve the bid proposals before we raise the purchase orders and subcontractor orders. Here, we can leave our internal comments, such as why this bidder won and why this one was not selected. When ready, we can create the purchase or subcontractor orders with one click. We don't need to re-enter the data. So, a simple, straightforward, and transparent process to collect and evaluate our project bids.